100% Chelsea. Charity Shield, obviously, got Lewis here with me. Chelsea have lost 2-0 to Manchester City. How are you feeling? I'm not that...
I'm not that mad coming out of it. I mean, you've got to understand we've got a completely new style of play. We're going from a defensive formation to an attacking formation. We haven't got Courtois, we haven't got Kante in the midfield, we haven't got Eden Hazard. It was pretty obvious facing Man City we were going to lose. But you do have to be honest and look at it as well and say, if that's meant to be our first serious game, serious-ish, it is still the Charity Shield, but if that's meant to be our first serious game of like seeing how our players are going to adapt, it looks kind of worrying. The left side of defence as well. Alonso and David Luiz got caught out so many times by Manchester City. It could have been, 5 or 6 if it weren't for the fact that City's finishing was just really bad today. They had a lot of chances. I understand that we're going to be playing a very high line because Sarri likes attacking, and it will take time and eventually it'll come good. I'm not going to come out and I'm not going to say, oh, this is terrible, we're playing like shit. We're not. Right now, it's just a case of just got to give it time. Give it time, and maybe in like 2-3 months when we got Hazard back, we got Kante back, we've had a couple months to system, we understand it more. We'll probably be a lot better off, but as it stands right now, it looks very worrying, especially now that we have Arsenal in 2 weeks. It's a case of we've got to get things right, and we've got to get things right quickly. Because one season outside the top 4, it's not great, but 2 seasons outside the top 4. My worry is if this starts to become a regular feature, because the top 4 have continued to develop themselves, they continue to add in transfers. City haven't had to do much, but they've done it. Liverpool have sorted out their midfield. Tottenham haven't made a signing yet, but you've got to be honest and say that team looks good enough as it is. Who else saying? Manchester United, yeah, they haven't done much, but that team looks like it has too much quality to drop out the top 4. Even Arsenal, they've done a lot since they got rid of Arsene Wenger as well. And what have we done? We got Jorginho, yes, and that's going to be very good when it comes to bringing Sarri's system in a lot quicker. But when it comes to everything else, like, because we need another winger. Sarri said we need one more centre mid. The defence you're looking at and you're thinking that might need improving as well. I know centre forward. You say you need it, but the fact is we've got too much as it is. You'd have to get rid of one doing. We don't have the time. The only thing I'd say we do is I would want to send Tammy Abraham on loan and then stick with the 3 that we have. Oh my!
He's shit. He's not good enough. Morata has to go now. Today. He's shit.
I mean, if you want to know what I'm thinking about that, check out my Twitter because I've got a new one now. But we'll deal with that later. However, Lewis, this is your fan cam.
No, it's not even that, because like going on to that, Morata was poor today, and when it comes to pre-season, he's been inconsistent to say the best. But it's
Morata.
He has, and I did say at the end of last season, it is worth him giving me a second chance, and it is still early days. As much as I'm trying to look at him from Morata's point of view and try to defend him as much as I can. But it's a case of how long is it going to take before he starts to fit in, because now the season's about to start. And we haven't seen any improvements now than we have seen from last season. It looks the exact same player. We've been playing teams like Perth and he hasn't even had an influence. Today he didn't have much of an influence. Arsenal missed a penalty and his movement was great, but his finishing wasn't great. And if your finishing isn't great, then your movement just gets cancelled out because you're not putting the ball in the net. But you look at the other strikers, and the only one that we really have that genuinely kind of impresses me is Olivier Giroud. When it comes to Batshuayi, I do understand he's had a decent loan spell at Dortmund, but he's been stat padding against the small teams, and he is a great finisher when it comes to the 18-yard box. But he plays like you're down to 10 men until you get to the 18-yard box. If you're playing down to 10 men, you're not going to make a lot of chances as it is. So for Batshuayi, it's the case of his all-round game still has to improve. Hopefully he comes back and it has improved, but you're looking at it right now, it doesn't look great. It really doesn't look great. I hate to come out here and just talk negative and just sound like I don't believe, but when you look at this, do you really believe? Do you? Because I don't.
I mean, obviously, Alvaro Morata has been the thing that's been covered, and I don't agree with banners, but I agree.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
I don't think that he has been pulling his weight. I don't think he has been for 9 months. I don't think the number change is going to make a sense. No, nothing's improved.
No.
Nothing's improved. And he works.
But it's the case that this is the time where we have to start giving patience, because as we've shown again in this transfer window, we're not going out, we're not doing the business that we have to do. It's a case of that we just have to be patient with them and hope Sarri can unlock them. But that's where it comes from me again when I'm saying I'm very worried about this season. This season I don't think we're going to lose Hazard this season. But if we don't make it in top 4 this season, we will lose Hazard. Because, yeah, he was part of the team that finished 5th. But his level isn't Europa League. Courtois' level is Europa League. Kante, we did miss him today, and you saw him in midfield. We missed someone who covers as much space as he does. But there's still so many question marks based around that team, and I'm hoping it gets answers soon. But you look at it today, and I'm just not that confident.